I'm LK, and honestly, I am a little embarrassed to show you the state of my bedroom because it is chaotic and random. And honestly, the worst part is it's pretty much been that way ever since we moved in almost a year ago. I've just been so overwhelmed at the thought of tackling it because we quite literally need to replace everything and just start from scratch. But in today's video, I am finally doing it and taking you along with me as I find a way to transform this boring, asymmetrical bedroom into a minimal, chic, and modern space that my partner and I can finally enjoy. So let me show you what we're working with. Okay, so you walk into the bedroom here and it's kind of embarrassing, but this is kind of what we've been living with. We place the bed in the front of the window because we love to use our projector to watch TV or movies at night, and this big blank wall has been acting as our projector screen. Unfortunately, that means we have to put up with the wall texture, and our bed frame is covering up this really nice window and it makes it really hard to open. We've also got tons of dressers in here. This one is my partner's. We love it and we love the profile, but I wish it was more rectangular, but I do love the shape of it. It just doesn't really fit in the room. And then over here we have mine, and this one is really great. I absolutely love the shape, and it came with these like really nice feet, and I love like the knobs on here. I just think it's super pretty. And then there's this IKEA dresser here that I made over about a year or so ago. I tried to make it look a little bit more antique, but it's just like not the vibe for us, so I think we're gonna sell it. It's just empty at the moment and it's just taking up space, so I need to just like list it on Facebook Marketplace. And then this is a bench that I got from Amazon actually. I really love it. I think it's really pretty. It's like solid wood and really pretty woven leather straps, and I think it's just like a great catch-all for everything. And then I got these two side tables. They're a really cool classic shape. I forget the name. I've seen it at antique stores before. The only problem is I kind of don't like that they're open on the bottom. I want to like hide everything. I don't want to show our storage box there. And then I actually love these lamps. So they're totally mid-century and really, really pretty, but these are the wrong lampshades, and I've just never changed it and never found something that I liked. Plus they take up a lot of real estate when you've got like your phone and a book and some water and the projector. I don't know if we want to keep these, but I absolutely love the lamps. I would keep them in the home, just maybe not in here. And then this is Olive. We got her on like the first day in the pandemic, basically, when they were clearing out the shelters. She's pretty shy, but she loves being in the videos. And then here's her sister, Rhonda. She's a little bit more elusive. And then this is our closet right here. It's really small and overwhelmed. That's why we had so many dressers, because we can barely fit anything in here. But as you can tell, there's plenty of space to work with. It's just kind of an asymmetrical room. The space on this wall over here is much larger than the space on this wall. So we decided to center the bed on the window to make the room look more symmetrical, but it's not centered in the room. And I don't know if you can see that on camera, but I'll insert a graphic to make it a little bit easier to understand, because in person, it's annoyingly noticeable and it's something I really want to fix. There's nothing wrong with this bed. I just really don't like the way that it looks anymore. I've had it for so many years and I think I'm just going to resell it because I do really want to commit to finding something that's probably made out of wood. I've been looking forever, but I really just need to finally do it and get rid of this bed and find something new. Either that, or I can try to find a headboard that's a lot shorter that fits underneath this window, or I just need to move this bed to the other wall. To catch you up, if you did not see my video about this room back in May, I walked you through my process of how I came up with a design direction. And by the end of the video, I ended up with this final mood board as a jumping off point to getting started on this makeover. I really liked this earthy color palette that had pops of muted primary colors. And I really wanted to mix some vintage metals and warm woods, personalized art, and some really unique and modern furniture or lamps. So I've got a lot of work to do as I'm trying to buy everything secondhand or very cheaply. And if I can't do that, then I'm gonna have to start DIYing. So let's get into it. So I just found a headboard and two nightstands that say they're like mid-century, but they look kind of Spanish on Facebook Marketplace for like 150 bucks. And it's just the headboard, so not the frame. So I'll still have to find a frame, but I'm really excited because I think they look really cool and it might fit that like Santa Barbara hotel room vibe that I was originally thinking about. It's not super clean line mid-century, but I'm excited to show you what it looks like. So let's go get it. Well, I'm super hot and sweaty, but we've got it in the car back here and in the front seat here. So I'll have to show you guys when we get home, but I'm super stoked about it. Okay, here it is. Here is the headboard. The side tables are in my car right now, but I actually took out the dresser in our room at the moment because, I mean, there's another dresser we have to deal with. However, this woman actually had another piece of furniture that matched this, and it was a big dresser. So there's a dresser, this headboard, and then 2 side tables that all match with this really pretty design. And I don't usually want to buy like a bedroom set. I feel like that's kind of too matchy-matchy. And honestly, this might be, but I think it's just so cool. This is the dresser. So it's very similar to the headboard. It's got basically 9 drawers. If you hit this open, you just press this in here and there's 3 more drawers right there. So you could put like socks and stuff. And I just love like these really pretty knobs. I love all this detailing. It's solid wood. It's in really good shape for how old it is. And it just needs like a good cleaning and dusting. I just need to like fix this edge banding here. But other than that, it's in really good shape for what it is. And I kind of like the bottom area where it just touches the ground and you don't see any legs, but there's like wheels underneath there. So you can like easily just like move it around without scratching the floor, which is amazing. So it's been a few days and we moved out all the extra furniture that I really think we're not gonna keep in here except for the bed. And then we moved in the dresser and the 2 side tables, and I'm really loving it a lot. The only thing left to deal with is the bed frame because we don't have one to match the headboard. And so I've been looking for like 2 years for something secondhand and just have not had any luck. So the last couple days and this morning I've been looking online for something, and I finally came across one that looks like it matches the wood tone and the style on walmart.com. And it was only $205 for a queen size. So I ordered it the minute I could, and hopefully it'll come soon so I can show you guys what it looks like. And I'm crossing my fingers that it'll actually like match with the headboard and fit, and we can just move on and have a really brand new bed. But let me show you right now what the room is looking like. Just ignore the bed part. So this room is looking so much better now, and it's really empty, but it's finally functional. It definitely needs some like cord management, and we'll have to figure out the layout, but I'm loving this dresser now so much. I put some beaded wax on it and I think it looks beautiful. And I'm really, really loving these side tables too. I think they just add a lot. I love the size of them, and I love that they are even with the mattress. Before they were a bit too high, so it was kind of hard to reach over. Rhonda is just chilling in here, hanging out. We did take the dresser here and actually put it in the closet. And I really think that this is the best use for this dresser. It's totally functional. It fits. You can get in here. We pulled some extra boxes that we had to put some overflow pants in. And then these are just like our sweatshirts and Hawaiian shirts, things that we don't usually wear mostly. Some shoes, laundry basket, and that's it. So that's really cleared up a lot of space on the wall over here. And we'll just have to figure out what to do about this cord. And this is our projector screen. We'll have to deal with that. But other than that, there's a lot of clean space in here, and it feels finally like we can work with this space. So while I'm waiting for the bed frame to come in, I wanted to use some of this on the dresser. I just kind of wanted to go the extra mile to like protect my clothes and make it feel clean. And I got this self-adhesive velvet liner that you can put in drawers or jewelry boxes. And I got it in a really cool color. I'm gonna open it right now. I'm hoping that it looks good. I got like a dark brown color because I feel like that would kind of look kind of chic. And ooh. Oh yeah, it's really nice. It's kind of like a reddish. It's coming up reddish on camera, but it looks really nice in person. And basically I'm just gonna cut out squares or rectangles of this and put it in the drawers. And it's got this adhesive backing. I don't know if I want to actually stick it in the drawer, but it probably wouldn't hurt to do that. It does look like it's kind of curling up just a bit, so I don't want it to like move around. The material on here is really soft and really pretty. I really like this a lot, but I'll put this in the drawers, and then I feel like when you open it up, it'll look really nice, and it'll maybe just make me feel like my clothes are being extra protected since this is a really vintage dresser. All Alrighty, so I finally got the bed frame. It just arrived and I just opened it up to make sure that the color was the right color because I saw some people in the reviews said that they got the wrong one. I think this one's gonna be great and I can't wait to set it up and show you, but I need to disassemble the bed that's currently in there so that we can sell it on Facebook Marketplace, and then we'll get it all set up and I'll show you what it looks like. I don't know what it is, but today just decided to be summer and it's so hot and all the windows are closed because it's hotter outside. So I'm blasting this fan. But I just wanted to say, like, if you ever want to just feel like your room is refreshed, clean the baseboards and like the trim around your windows. And honestly, it makes a huge difference. This looks brand new and this is disgusting. And this is only like maybe a month worth of dust because we clean this so often. So it just builds up really quickly and you just got to do the best you can as often as you can. I've been wanting to take this out since we moved in, and this little like coax cable thing. It's basically connected to like a dish that no one uses anymore. And I think this is a phone jack. So I'm just going to unscrew it. So we'll obviously have to touch that up, but it's so much better than it being there. It's like the house used to be like a brownish color. So I just unscrewed this, and the other places in the house, they just have it shoved into the floor, but I need to find a way to take this off to put it back in there. But I'm just going to pull out the little clips and take it out all over the door and then over there, and we should be done with this stupid cord. Sorry about the fan noise, but I wanted to show you the legs. I haven't even seen them yet, so I was going to open them on camera for you. I'm hoping that they look, oh yeah, these look awesome. They're just simple, you know, like I don't like the mid-century legs that kind of slant, and I didn't want them to be too bulky, but this little detail on top is so interesting and the color is like amazing. I think it's totally perfect. It's kind of exciting, like getting something new. I buy so many things secondhand that it's like kind of fun to unwrap something and have something that's brand new and not ruined in any way. Okay, so I'm standing in front of the window where the bed was, and as you can tell, there's a lot of really great natural light that comes in once it's unblocked. And now I have unpacked the new bed frame, so I feel like this is the time to put it on this wall and see what it looks like before we put the mattress on or anything, and just see if we can make it work with the two side tables here in the bed. Not sure it'll all fit because the new side tables are longer, but I measured, and even down to the inch, it might just fit. So let's do that really quick and see what it looks like. Okay, so we set up the frame here, but before I go any further, I want to show you this rug I got. I pretty much got it right after I was making my like mood boarding video because I felt like I needed to see what was out there because rugs are so hard to find. And during like the Memorial Day sale, I checked out the Arvin Olano collection with Rugs USA, and I saw this one that I'm going to show you in a minute. And I got it in a smaller size because this room is pretty small and it's rectangular, and I think it's going to work. But let me show you what it looks like. It's kind of got that angular linear look, and it is green, so hopefully it kind of matches what I was going for. So I really like this. I love how like thick it is. It's a really high pile rug. I'm thinking it could be like really great right here at the end of the bed, just as something to like anchor it. I feel like this looks really luxe. I'm kind of obsessed with this dark wood and this really pretty rug. I love this rug. I'm glad that this is working out. It is kind of like small, but the room is small, so I don't want it to be like all rug, and I think this is gonna look great once it's done. I just don't know how much rug I want to the window, so I might need to move this. I think if the dresser is here, I don't want the rug out too much more, but I'll roll it over here just to see what it'll look like. I think this looks good. I'm gonna keep it like this for now. I think it's nice to have a little bit of floor here. I could technically pull it out, but then it would just make these two things feel like one thing, and I think that'll feel too crowded. So I think we just need to try to get the headboard on here, and then we can do the mattress and move on from there. But I don't know, I think this looks really good. I'm liking it a lot, actually. And just for reference, this is the rug. It's the Verdant Green 5x8 Art Milano Rugs USA. It's pretty nice. It's really thick. It feels really soft too. I can't believe that this literally fits. It's all kind of close to each other, basically touching. And it kind of like looks like one of those built-in mid-century headboard bed frames. So I think it kind of works. Like, look how close, but it totally fits. So now that this is centered to the wall that I'm on now, you can totally see how asymmetrical this window is. The middle of it should be right there. Now I've centered it to the bed, but it's not centered on the window. And I feel like that kind of looks strange, but maybe if I had like a lamp here, it would actually feel balanced. I don't know. I'm gonna have to play around with this. Okay, so I'm sitting behind the headboard in between the wall because I need to connect it to the frame that I just got. And it's obviously not exactly gonna line up. So let me show you what I'm gonna do. So my idea is to take two very long wood screws and drill them through the headboard right into the bed frame. So I just used a really long drill bit and created a pilot hole that went straight through the headboard into the bed frame, and then used my screw and drilled right through that. We just held the headboard and bed frame together really tightly. And I did this on either side, and then I secured it even more with an additional screw on either leg, and it felt really, really sturdy. Okay, hello, it is a new day. Today I really wanted to work on the windows, but just as a disclaimer, I have all the fans on because it is super hot in this house and it is officially summer and we just don't have central AC. So I'll do my best to cut out the humming if there is a noise in the background, which I'm sure there is. And also when it gets hot, it gets humid here and so my hair gets crazy, so forgive that. With all that out of the way, let me take you over to the window here. Okay, switching to my phone here, you can see like how amazing the light is here in the morning. It's just really, really, really pretty and it's very bright and nice in here. But this wall is kind of, as I mentioned, asymmetrical. So I really want this and this bed and the rug to feel more aligned with the window here. And I really want to add a feature wall here so that when you walk into the room, you really see something interesting. And I've always wanted to do like floor to ceiling, wall to wall, trap curtains that were pleated just to have a really interesting mid-century moment. Instead of having to paint the wall or add wallpaper, I think it's just gonna add a lot of texture and movement. I think it would just be great for privacy, and also I could potentially kind of trick the eye to maybe make this bed, rug, and dresser feel more symmetrical with the window. So I bought these IKEA Tabast curtains back at my last place, and I used them on one of my windows, but I didn't end up doing the whole wall like I wanted to because we had to move. So these are great because they're 57 by 98 inches, so they're very tall. And then I love the color. It's kind of like a warm white and it's got this interesting herringbone pattern on it. So in my opinion, they feel really elevated and minimal. And they're kind of like blocking out the sun, but not totally. So this would be totally blackout. I like something that's more in this range here. So I'm covering this entire wall with pleated track curtains. And then I wanted to use brackets instead of attaching it to the ceiling like I have in the past, because I wanted a little gap out from the wall and the window so that I could potentially put in like a projector screen or something, since we use the projector in here. And then IKEA sells single, double, or triple track curtain rods. And these are all 55 inches, but this wall right here is 183 inches. So if I wanted to cover the entire wall, I'd have to spend a lot of money on a really expensive and sturdy curtain rod. So with these, what's really cool is that you can cut them down. So I got 4 of them and I'm gonna put 3 up and cut the last one so that it actually fits the full wall here. And then they also sell these little white plastic hooks that slide onto the track. And then you can grab some of these pleating hooks, pleat your curtains, and hang them on these little white pieces so that your curtains just slide back and forth. I really do think that pleated curtains are like my preferred look for them, but it's just so annoying to put in these hooks. But I just count 3 hoops to the left and then 3 hoops to the right, but you could choose more or less. Just stay consistent with the number that you're choosing. And obviously if I chose like 5 or 6 hoops to the left and right, my pleats would be much more dramatic and the length of my curtain would be shorter. So that's why I opted for 3 hoops to the left and right. I think pleating is definitely the way to go when you want a really structured curtain. And with these 3 hooks to the left and right, I can reinforce the structured look by steaming the curtains up and down so that the pleats are almost ironed in and it looks more structured. The way to eliminate the gap between the tracks is to use the stationary hooks on either end of the rod on the stationary curtain specifically, which makes the extra fabric hang over to the next track, which ends up blurring the lines between the 2 curtain rods. So now the entire wall looks like it's covered by 1 curtain instead of 7, which is how many individual curtain panels it took to fill up this wall, which means I had to buy 4 packs of curtains from IKEA. Okay, I think I'm at a stopping point for the day. This took way longer than I thought it would. It's so hot, and also I had to like cut down that piece. But honestly, I'm so happy with the way that this is looking now. I just need to steam it, so I'll probably do that either tonight or tomorrow morning when I catch up with you. And then I'll kind of give you like the full essence of what it looks like. But I feel like it's exactly giving what I want it to give. So hopefully after the steaming, it'll look even better. But I'll just show you really quickly what it's looking like at the moment. So this side is a little bit more steamed than those ones. And I just really think that this is adding so much. It looks a little bland right now, but I really like that I can kind of like close the curtain a certain amount so I can change the size of the window so that it's a little bit more centered with the bed because this wall is asymmetrical. So I think it's doing what I want it to do, but I need to revisit this tomorrow because yeah, this is just a lot. So I'll see you then. Okay, it's a new day and I'm still loving the curtains so much, but I actually got in the mail last night this thing I ordered from Anthropologie. So I actually put this on my original mood board and I loved it so much that I really wanted to bring it into the room, and I just feel like it gives an awesome kind of antique brass vibe and it feels really custom and interesting. It's such a minimal upgrade, but I think it's super cute and I really love it, and I think it just adds a lot of character. Okay, so I originally wanted to make a custom Roman shade for this window. However, I was totally wrong. Those are very expensive and it's gonna cost me around like $150 or so based on the research that I did. So I was like, it's just not worth it for me to spend that kind of money on this window considering I'm renting. So I did what I usually do, which is go to IKEA, because honestly, they have like the most approachable, affordable stuff there and it is really customizable. So I found this ring bloma like Roman shade. It came to the exact size of this window, I think just like a ½ inch bigger. So I can't really do it on the inside. I know that you usually do put like a Roman shade on the inside of the window, but it's just the right size to put it on the outside of the window. And then I think I would just pull it down about 1/3 of the way. And it would be like that most days unless I'm like sleeping or whatever, as this is our backyard. So it's not like a huge privacy thing. It's just kind of adding in texture and then also blocking out any like ambient light at night. I just really like how subtle this is. I like the texture and the color. It's really nice and kind of elevated. I feel like I would see something like this in a hotel bedroom. And I love how simple it is with these magnetic strips in here. You can just fold them on top of each other and you can even flip the magnet around so that they fold in the opposite way. It's very customizable. So since I can't put this inside of the window and I don't really want to put it on top because I feel like it would just look like a sheet is covering the window, I'm going to put it in the middle of one of these grooves here, and then I'll just paint over these little circle hooks with the same color as the window molding so that it kind of blends in. And I think this will give that impression of a Roman shade without having to spend all that time and money on making one or buying one. I really like this a lot. It feels like such an affordable version of a Roman shade. It's definitely not a Roman shade, but it's reminiscent. It kind of gives like Valence vibes, but honestly, it adds a lot of really nice texture, and I really love this pattern so much. I like the vertical here and like also the vertical over here. I feel like it just adds a little bit more interest and like a cohesive kind of look to the room. It would be kind of nice if there was like one more layer here, one more layer here. Maybe I could, you know, pin this under or something. I think that actually adds just another layer of interest to this and kind of gives it some more dimension. So I might try to find a way to pin that up. As I have mentioned, I've worked in various wardrobe departments years ago in film or on photo shoots for magazines, and we always had a ton of safety pins on hand because nothing ever fit right despite fittings or sizing. So pinning another layer here with just some safety pins was the first idea I had outside of sewing or using even stitch witchery tape, which just takes a little bit longer. Pinning is just so much faster, especially if you have multiple layers of fabric to work with, so you can hide the safety pin. So I grabbed some extra large safety pins and just went through the back of the fabric and the back layer of the fold, so you just couldn't see the pin. And with a little finessing, I think this looks so seamless. And again, this only took me like 10 minutes to completely finish. Moving on, I want to put some lights in here. I basically want to have probably a couple different points of light. And right now, I think we're going to keep the ceiling fan just because it's the summer, to be honest, and there's no air conditioning. And it's the quietest way to cool down. I'm going to stick with that light, but it's really not great to turn it on. So I was on Facebook and I found these. These are two West Elm like side table lamps that are super similar to the ones I had put on my mood board. They're definitely like not as like super chic and expensive, but these probably were pretty pricey. I got them for 60 bucks for the pair. I think this will look really cool and add a lot of that modern mid-century vibe that I wanted to bring in here. And with the really heavy kind of like wood furniture, I think this is going to give it kind of more of that vibe. So these are really, really cool because they're absolutely adjustable. You can unscrew and tighten everything in order to move it up or down or left or right. It's completely customizable, which makes it the perfect bedside sconce. One thing that I wasn't like 100% excited about is the cord with the little switch on it, but I honestly think it's not going to be a huge noticeable thing. But because these are so customizable and you can really move them around as much as you want, I really wanted these to feel stable on the wall. And as I have plaster walls, I usually have to screw everything in to begin with, but I also wanted some extra support. So I got these screws that can hold up to like 524 pounds. And then I decided to use the plastic anchors that come with them. And honestly, it feels really safe to use. So this plug here is the only one on this entire wall, and I need to plug that lamp in and then also have access to plug in like my phone or whatever else. So I'm using this splitter cord. This is in the middle, and then on the other end is like a little extension cord piece that I can take this off. And now I can have 3 plugs on that side. And there's another one on this side that has 3 plugs.
The ground. Can you see me now?
So I'm really obsessed with these sconces. I love the way they look. I like that they can be symmetrical or asymmetrical. They're neutral. They kind of blend into the wall, but they have that really nice chrome accent. They're a little bit more like conical shaped than what is maybe in my inspo photo, but I do think it works and it's still giving the vibe. And for 60 bucks is so cheap. I mean, honestly, if I would have bought these new, I feel like they would have been like $140 each. So can't wait to show you what this looks like. But right now we are going over to this window because I really want to put up a projector screen. So we had the giant one that I ordered on Amazon, but for here I wanted something a little bit more like subdued and kind of you can really not notice it, hopefully. So I found at IKEA when I was looking for this Roman shade thing, this Fönsterblad pull down screen. So basically I think this is a blackout type roller curtain, and I want to put it right up above here and pull this down and put the projector on one of our nightstands and then point it right here at the window at night and watch a movie. So let's see if this is going to work out. If it does, I'm going to be very obsessed because it was only like I think $22 or something for this whole thing. So let's try it out.
You said always if I stay in your head every day, always on my brain, think of you, everything always fades away. And if we do the same, always remember days like a day when we say always, always. You said always.
like little hooks just to pull the curtains back for when we're actually watching something, but I don't really feel like we need bigger real estate than that. And then easily enough, just want this thing to go away in the daytime so that we can see what's outside. And I really do feel like once I kind of put that up there, I mean, it's mainly inconspicuous. You can barely tell that that's there. I really like this. I'm going to test the projector out right now and we'll see what it looks like. I just put my video on really quickly so we could test it out and not get copyrighted. And this looks awesome. I know it's kind of like daylight in here because it's like the middle of the afternoon, but once it's dark at night, which is the only time that we'll be spending time in here, it looks really good. So I think it'll look great. So I just picked up this chair on Facebook Marketplace and I think it would look really cool against these curtains. It's so different and unique. I actually have never seen a chair like this before. And then I found this really cute chrome table a couple weeks ago for super cheap on Facebook as well. And I think they're meant to be together. And I have that chrome mirror I got at the garage sale, which I need to bring in and mount on the wall. I'm thinking I'll do it on this wall over here, but I'm loving everything in here so far. It looks really good and this room feels different already. Okay, today is hopefully the final day. Let's get back to it. Last night, I went through a ton of the frames that I have and some art that I had digitally as well as physically. I really wanted to bring in things that were personal and intentional for my partner and I, things that represented maybe some trips that we've been on or our cats, you know, just stuff like that that feels a little bit more intimate and that can represent kind of a good memory for us. And I created a grouping of colors and imagery that I thought would be complementary to the room. So for example, this blue frame that I got from a garage sale, I just love the look of this. I think it's so cool. And it actually came with this old photo in there. And I thought it would be a great backdrop for this really beautiful golden poppy postcard that my partner and I got at the National History Museum in San Diego when we went on a date there one time. And we love golden poppies. We grew some in our backyard. And I think this would just really bring us a lot of joy. But it was a bit small for this frame. And I really love the complementary colors of like orange and blue. So I thought I might as well put this on top of this like ocean scene. And I feel like this is really complementary and it was just a happy accident. So something like this really unique frame I got for $1 at a garage sale and this postcard that was like $3 at the museum turned into a really unique, cool piece of art that I love having on the dresser here. I also brought in this lamp on top of the dresser to add some more ambient lighting. And you might recognize this lamp. It's actually an identical version to the one I have in my dining room. I found it on Facebook Marketplace for $15. And so I grabbed it because I really feel like it's complementary to the bedroom, considering our sconces here have this like really nice white enamel look. And then over by the chair and the side table, it's a big blank wall. I really just wanted to feel low-key and relaxed. So I wanted to bring in some art to kind of make the moment in the corner feel finalized. And I have this postcard that my partner and I picked up when we moved in together. And I thought it was so cute and just so fitting for this bedroom and where we've come. And so I really wanted to frame it in this cute frame I also got in a garage sale. And I'm going to put it over here with this really pretty frame and an illustration of these florals. I feel like mixing in some brass over in this corner because it's so chrome heavy. And then bringing over some of the dark wood from the dresser and the bed into this corner specifically with this heavy frame is rounding out and just kind of grounding this space a lot more. And building on that personal art theme, I created this collage from a little hotel slash motel in Malibu that my partner and I stayed at during the pandemic. And it was just such a special trip for us for like so many reasons. So I scanned in different parts of the brochure into my computer and then printed that out as one whole image and just added in 2 little Polaroids that we took when we were there. And I really just wanted to make it feel kind of casual and cut off and not really art directed. And I'm putting it over here next to the closet and the window because it's something that I can look at night. And on the other side, I don't want to crowd the light switch as that's like a focal point, but I did want to add a cute little Polaroid of us in a frame on the side table. And I think it's just a great addition to bring up some of the green from the floor onto the side table. So it's a little bit darker in here, as you probably have seen, because I closed the blind on the dresser wall that we're using as the projector screen. It has been so amazing to block out the heat and the sun, which was like a total added benefit that I didn't even think about. But other than that, I've got a pile of sheets here that are freshly washed. One set is brand new and the rest is something I've already purchased. So right now we're starting with just a white linen bed. We have this really nice white linen duvet with just a zipper at the bottom that I got on Amazon. And I think I also got the comforter on Amazon as well. It's like like a down comforter just because it is so light and airy. I've had nothing but good things to say about a down comforter and a linen duvet cover. And I have one from Parachute. So it looks like this. It's kind of like a brownish green color. And I liked that it was a bit more muted. I think with the way the room is set up now with all of this dark wood and the bluish green rug, I think this is gonna read more green if I put it on the bed. But I really wanna try this one out with some new sheets. So let me show you those next. Speaking of green, I got these really gorgeous like mossy colored sheets from Brook Linen, I think last year, and these have been fantastic. They're like the coolest sheets that we own. They're so nice and comfortable. I don't know if they sell this color anymore. If they do, I'll link it below. I also got this sheet set from Target. So I don't know if you can tell, but it's kind of like a brownish maroony red, and I love the stripe, and it kind of reminds me of those Tekla sheets I really wanted. I looked high and low for something that was similar, but I honestly couldn't find anything in my price range. And this whole set for a fitted sheet, a top sheet, and 2 pillowcases was like $37 from Target. And I'm really happy with the pattern and the color and the feel. I think they're made out of microfiber, and I just think for the price, it was a really good deal. I really like this combination a lot. I think the graphic patterns really help the bed feel interesting, and it also ties in all the other linear shapes in the room, like this and this and this and this. We do usually sleep with 2 more pillows. So I have these velvet green pillowcases from IKEA, and I got them a while ago, and I've actually picked up a few out of the as is section, so they were really cheap. And I really like them because the tone is just super muted. They're really, really soft, and I feel like they kind of have like a elevated vibe to them. They look like more expensive than IKEA, honestly. And I think that they would kind of look nice here. One last thing for the bed I want to try is putting this on top. It's kind of small, but I might want to do it like in a vertical way, and I feel like that would be kind of different. I think it just elongates the bed and make the room feel bigger. I love that the color on here actually matches the duvet perfectly, and I like having the blue over here. It just feels a little bit flat without it. It's different, and it's definitely not traditional, so you can let me know what you think in the comments, but right now I'm really liking this, and I do actually like how different it is. So I picked up this jewelry stand at an estate sale, and it just wasn't tall enough for all of my necklaces. So I've always wanted to DIY a new base for it to make it taller. So I thought maybe I could get one of these double-sided screws, but the one I had on hand didn't fit. So I went to Home Depot, and you can actually go into their specialty screw section and put your screw in one of these little holes to see what size you need. And I picked up one that had the same threading as the jewelry stand, and then I needed one that was a little bit more traditional because I wanted to screw it into this rosewood candle stand, and I thought it would be the perfect base for a jewelry stand. Okay, so I know I said yesterday was the final day, and I pretty much picked out all my decor that I want to set the room up with, and I'm going to show you that. But last night I actually was looking on Facebook Marketplace because I've been really wanting to find a solution for my perfumes. I had let you guys know a few times that that was something that was important to me, and I just could not find anything that was affordable. But I came across this thing on Facebook, and it is so random, and I'm actually really excited about it now that I picked it up. I woke up at literally 6 a.m. to go drive like 45 minutes to go get it. I don't know if it's worth it, but let me show you. So this is an old fire extinguisher box, and I kind of am obsessed with it. So it comes with this handle here. It looks like that once I screw it on. And then I thought I could open it, and then I thought I could maybe like maneuver like a shelf situation in here so that I could put my perfumes in here after I clean it. It's really dirty. But isn't this kind of interesting? And then I can mount it on the wall with these holes here, just using some like really heavy duty concrete screws as well as like some anchors. And I think this would be really great next to the mirror. So this is going to be the final DIY project to add the finishing touch to the room, hopefully, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Actually remembered that that when I was doing my guest room office makeover, I bought some shelves that I really wanted to use, but then just didn't end up using them. And they're these amber colored or maybe smoky colored lucite shelves that were maybe I think $14 or $15 on Amazon. And you can either mount them with screws or they come with these really sticky pads. But beside that, they are actually the perfect size for this. So I'm so glad that I had these on hand. The box comes with 2, and that's literally all I was planning on putting in here. And then I used my heaviest and tallest perfume bottle to kind of guesstimate where I should put these without even measuring. So I stuck 4 of those stickies to each shelf just to make sure it was secure to hold a bunch of perfume bottles. And I used this little level just to make sure that I was putting them in straight. And then I just let it rest for like a couple hours just to make sure it was fully stuck to the back of the fire extinguisher box. And then I had my partner help me hang this, and they sat underneath the fire extinguisher to hold it up so that I could pre-drill some holes, put some anchors in, and hang it on the wall. And oh my gosh, I am obsessed with this. Okay, this has been such a long process, but I'm feeling so happy and grateful for the state of this room, and I'm ready to show you the final look. But let's get a quick reminder of what this room used to look like. I swear before I felt super chaotic looking at all of those dressers and not having any kind of organization in the room, and I kind of dreaded coming in this room just about every day. But honestly, this room feels so special to me, and I really am just so grateful and happy with the way that it turned out. I think this is one of the most personal and transformative spaces I've shared with you on the channel. I just can't describe how good the vibes are in this room, and I really just hope it translates on camera and you love it as much as I do. I think it really looks like it's related to all of the other rooms in the home, but it also feels like its own space at the same time. This room took so much longer than the others because we really wanted to save money because everything in here pretty much needed to be replaced, and we really wanted to be intentional about what we were bringing into this shared space. I think moving the bed was absolutely necessary, and I'm still shocked this super cheap vintage bedroom set fit perfectly on the opposite wall. And now this bed is just such a great focal point because it has so many great layers to it, and on top of that, the art is just giving me so much joy because it's so personal to our story. This room is finally feeling like that boutique chic hotel room that I've always wanted, and I absolutely love waking up in here every morning. I'm just so happy we finally took the time to complete this space because it was so overdue. Sometimes I think I even love this space even more at night with all of the lamps on, or a candle, or just the curtains drawn. I feel like it's such a vibey space. I'm absolutely obsessed with this little chair corner that I'm sitting in, and I think this curtain wall is honestly one of my favorite things in the house. I've always wanted to do this, and I always knew it would look awesome, but I never knew it would be like this cool. I think one of the most overwhelming takeaways from this makeover experience is that I cannot believe every time I'm in this room that the majority of the stuff was either vintage, secondhand, bought for a really affordable price, and or was DIY'd by me. And I just can't believe that I made these things and they look like vintage pieces that fit in this room. Everything from the picture frames to the art to the amazing fire extinguisher perfume cabinet that I am obsessed with, the rosewood candlestick jewelry stand, the chrome tray, and even the small little table and lamp that collectively cost me no more than $40. I know this video was a long one, so you're one of the real ones if you really stuck around and watched the entire thing. And if you did, thank you so much for your support. I put a lot of time and energy into making these videos for you guys, so make sure you liked this video if you did, because it really does help support the channel, and make sure you subscribe if you want to see more makeovers like this. And don't forget to check out the previous videos about this room, like my vintage DIY decor video, as well as planning my mood board. And there's plenty more room makeovers, DIY, thrifting, and estate sale content on this channel, so stick around and check it out and let me know what you think. But other than that, I will see you guys next time. Bye.